We're in the veterans area. Now, the 4th of July is coming up, and a lot of veterans' graves here do not have flags. According to some of the numbers that we found, it's about 5,000 veterans that are at this site. And what I've been told this morning is, as we look at some of the graves, we can see that some of the graves have flags, but most of them do not. We're talking thousands and thousands of graves without flags. Now, from the update this morning from the director, after they mow the lawn, a lot of the flags will be removed. So that means that a lot of the ones that are here now that you can see are also going to be gone. So what we're working to do is get more flags for these veterans, for these grave sites, to celebrate and honor them during this 4th of July holiday, which is also our 250th anniversary of our nation. As you can see, many of the graves here are overgrown, and it's tragic, right? But there's not a lot of people that can do a lot of the upkeep. A lot of these flags have been put out here since last week when I was talking about how we need some flags to actually be put out here. So that's a God's blessing right there. So a lot of people stepped up and did that, but we're gonna get more flags. So if you want to help, either get flags, or if you want to make it so that we can actually encourage other people to come out and help plant the flags, that's going to be an important thing too. We're trying to do that by the time July 3rd runs around, because we know that the next day is July 4th. We know it's a short time, and we know that there's a lot of people that have a lot of things going on, but we don't want to forget our veterans. We know there's a lot of celebrations. We know there's a lot of barbecues. There's a lot of everything, but we have to remember our veterans. As I showed you, you can see that so many of these graves are completely overgrown. There are a number of grave markers out here that are just numbers on the ground. It doesn't even say who's there. The graves of the unknown soldiers. So this is something important. If you look here, you can even see how overgrown a lot of the graves are, that you can barely read or see the name. We've got people here from World War I, World War II, a lot of different veterans that are buried here, and it's all overgrown. But more than that, what you don't see is a sea of flags. So we're working to actually get the flags in time for July 3rd, so we can place the flags, because we want to make sure that they're remembered this holiday season. But more than anything, it's the 250th anniversary of our nation. And these individuals fought for our nation. They served our nation, many of them giving the full measure. So we want to honor them. And we've got a couple of different groups that have already stepped up, and they've committed to put some flags out there and actually pay for buying some flags. We've got Turning Point Communities has already said that they'll commit 1,000 of flags, but we're going to need more flags because we just don't have enough. And like the director said, we're going, is your hand covering the camera? Like the director said, we're going to have to replace a lot of these flags because they're going to end up taking them down after they cut the grass, he said, either today or tomorrow. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're out here. We want to call attention to this issue. We're sure that there are a number of other graves in other cemeteries that are going flagless this year. So if you're not in Rochester, if you're not in the Rochester area, or you're not able to help with this initiative, check out your local graveyard and make sure that our veterans are being honored, because it's not just that they deserve it, it's that they served our nation to help preserve it, to help us have the freedom that we know today. So many people have forgotten about all of the greatness that is in America, because what they feel is feelings. And they feel that things are unjust or things are not right. But in many countries, even today, it's way worse than it is in the United States of America. And that's why so many thousands and thousands of people every year try to get into this country. They try to come to the country, just watch your finger. They try to come to this country. They try to get into the country any way that they can, whether it's legally or whether it's illegal. But these people here in this yard, in this graveyard, they fought for our nation. to be a place of opportunity and safety for our citizens and for whoever would actually be able to come. So we have to make sure that they're honored during this 250th celebration of our nation, because we know that it's not only important to honor them, it's important to remember that they stepped up and they served our nation. They served when many people did not. And there are even veterans that we have that are still here today that are not actually respected. We see that I was in DC not too long ago and I saw them disrespecting the National Guard. The National Guard is only doing their duty. They're doing what they can. Watch your finger. They're doing what they can so that we can have a safe nation. And we have to honor our vets, especially those who have passed on and who have stood up. So please, if you can commit and actually either come out, help us lay some flags. We're looking at July 3rd to lay the flags, or if you can donate some flags or put towards it, please let me know if you can pledge some assistance to that, or if you have an organization that would be looking to help. So we can get flags for as many graves here as possible, because there are so many without. And there are also a number of these flags that you see out here are going to come down today or tomorrow when they cut the grass. So we're working on doing what we can to make sure that we honor our veterans and we honor our nation. Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys later. Remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. Be blessed and be well. Yeah.